I have been involved in spiritual development for many years, and my conclusion is that in the realm of enlightenment, there is nothing that tops the Enlightenment Intensive. And so wrote Charles Berner, the originator of the Enlightenment Intensive, in an essay that he titled, "What is the Value of an Enlightenment Intensive?" Of course, he suggests that there are other practices that are better suited if you have other self-improvement goals beyond enlightenment. For example, improving your relationship with your partner or healing your body. These require different techniques that are more effective for their respective purposes. Berner noted that there are three basic phases in the evolution of one's personal growth, and that enlightenment is particularly important in the middle phase, that is, phase 2. It was his opinion that nothing comes close to the effectiveness of the Enlightenment Intensive for awakening the state of enlightenment in that middle phase, phase 2. So what are these phases? Phase 1 is the realm of innocence. It's like living in the Garden of Eden. You're like a child, innocent and fairly helpless. Phase 2 is when you begin to learn how to exert your will. You learn discipline, you learn responsibility, and you learn to live by the laws of the culture that you find yourself in. It's this phase where you get your life together, or at least you try to. This is the phase in which most of humanity is in today. Phase 3 is that phase of surrendering to the truth. It's that stage of your spiritual development in which you abandon all those willful acts and you completely surrender to the truth. Now, some may call that truth God, some may call it divine love. But the point is that you surrender to that completely. The ego is gone. You're in union with the truth. You're truth. Your spiritual and personal evolution is complete. You no longer are a seeker after the truth. You are the living truth itself. The key to making the transition from the second phase, that is willful discipline, to the third phase, surrendering to the truth, surrendering to God, surrendering to love. The key is enlightenment, your direct experience of who you actually are. That's the key. If you've taken an Enlightenment Intensive, you know it can be incredibly, tremendously inspiring and valuable. It has the potential to awaken in you the actual living reality of the truth. It's life-changing, or potentially it is. But irregardless of whether or not you have a direct experience of enlightenment, there's lots of value to be gained from just participating in that journey called the Enlightenment Intensive. Now, I know I'm probably talking to the converted, to those of you who know what I'm saying because you've been there. You've taken the Enlightenment Intensive. Maybe you've taken many of those Enlightenment Intensives and you know its benefits. But I'm going to say these things anyway for those that are new to the Enlightenment Intensive practice, or as a reminder for those of you who've been there before. What's the value? Well, the Enlightenment Intensive helps you to increase your capacity to engage in contact and openness between yourself and others. You gain skills. You improve your abilities to communicate with others without the scourge of judgmental opinion, criticism, and blame. You experience the absence of that annoying, dysfunctional behavior of interrupting others. And you certainly discover insights about yourself and about how you relate to others and the world around you. Yes, the Enlightenment Intensive has one main purpose, and that is your awakening to the state of union with truth. Now, we use language to communicate that which can't be spoken. The ineffable, words like truth and God and enlightenment. We use words to point at the ineffable, to point at that which can't be spoken, that which is beyond words. It's like the Zen master who says, pointing at the moon is not the moon. Words can be used to talk about enlightenment, to point at it. Remember who the pointer is. You're the pointer. You're the one pointing. Enlightenment itself is you, the enlightened one, the Buddha. At the Enlightenment Intensive, you can deepen into your own self-realization so you not only talk about enlightenment, you be enlightenment, and you bring that into your daily life as best as you can. Now here's a link to Berner's essay, What is the Value of the Enlightenment Intensive? And you can read that on my website. Thank you for listening.